Young Mazi
Your WavyOcho, going to react to the strange death of young Mazi.
was one of the wildest rappers the game has ever seen. He came up in the streets of Atlanta and survived getting shot in 3 different situations.
Damn.
But out of nowhere, he was mysteriously killed one night outside a pizza shop. And today we're breaking down the entire shocking story. Atlanta is one of the craziest cities in America, so you gotta be a real savage to stand out like young Mazi did. Even though it's been years since he died, his name is still alive in the streets and the rap industry. Mazi came up in Zone 6, one of the most notorious areas of the city. Zone 6 is full of crime and violence, but it's also where some of Atlanta's biggest rappers come from. Gucci Mane, Future, and Childish Gambino all made it out of the trenches of Zone 6.
Oh, damn, I didn't know Childish Gambino was from Zone 6. I didn't know he was from Atlanta, bro. I did not know Childish Gambino was from Atlanta, let alone Zone 6.
And Mazi was on his way to becoming the next star from the neighborhood. According to his homie BMG Sonny, Mazi was always one of the most active dudes in the trenches. In his interview with DJ Small's Eyes, Sonny said that him and Mazi hit over 100 licks together, and they were getting real money in the streets way before they ever started rapping. There's not a lot of info about any of Mazi's early cases, but 2 years before he died, Mazi got booked for assault, threats, possession of a firearm, and possession of a knife. It's not clear exactly what went down, but it sounds like Mazi tried to hold someone up and threatened them for their money. Mazi spent a couple years and a lot of money fighting the case, but eventually it paid off and he skated on the whole thing. They were trying to lock him up.
My son had curly hair and all that shit. What he mixed with?
20 years, but Mazi's lawyers were able to get everything dropped. Then he caught another case in 2015 after he was booked for possession of meth, theft by receiving stolen property, possession of a firearm by a felon, possession of a knife during an attempted felony, and other charges. Mazi was facing serious time again, but then he pleaded guilty and got off easy with just 3 years of probation. Mazi was always rapping, but back in the day, he was way more known for getting into wild situations that went viral. Around 2010, a woman named Cat Stacks was going viral all the time.
Who remember Cat Stacks, bro? She used to be on the internet back in the day, bro. I remember, I think, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think her and Cardi B used to go at it, like, back then, bro. Her and Cardi B used to, like, throw subs at each other and all that, you know?
For dating rappers like Soulja Boy, Lil Wayne, and Bow Wow, and spilling dirt about them on Twitter and YouTube. She even had her own series on World Star Hip Hop.
What is she doing now? What's Cat Stacks doing now? Let me know down in the comments below.
When she started dating Mazi, it put a bigger spotlight on him. It's not really clear what their relationship was, though. According to DJ Vlad and Laura Jamar, Mazi wasn't just dating Stacks, he was actually pimping her out. Stacks was always talking crazy on Twitter and eventually caught up to her. A video came out showing someone pressing her at a bar in Atlanta, then slapping her to the ground and telling her to apologize to a rapper named Fabulous. According to Stacks, Fabulous's brother is the one who hit her, and Bow Wow's homie Bart is the one who was recording the situation. No one was ever booked for attacking Stacks, but Bart pretty much confirmed.
Damn, he chappelled her. He chappelled her, like, in a restaurant, bro. That's crazy.
He was involved with it on Twitter. Mazi was already known for being wild, and he wasn't gonna let someone put hands on Stacks like that and just walk away. A little while after the slap happened, Mazi and Stacks were shooting a music video in Zone 6 when Bart and his homies pulled up to the spot. There were a ton of cameras around when it happened, and the whole situation got posted on World Star right after. Bart pulled up with 3 homies, and none of them wanted to hop out of the whip and back him up. Mazi was ready to run the fade one-on-one, but then Bart pulled out a razor. Mazi even kicked the lights off Bart's whip so his homies would come out, but they all just stayed inside, and eventually Bart hopped back in and left without doing anything. Mazi was shooting a music video with Stacks at a local gas station he was always chilling at, and the issue with Bart wasn't the only drama that happened there. It's not clear how it all started, but for some reason, Mazi had beef with another Atlanta rapper named Young Dro. By the time Mazi was coming...
Damn, Dro and Mazi was going at it? Damn, I didn't know that. I didn't
Dro had already been in the game for years. According to rumors, Mazi snatched a chain off of Dro and sold it back to him, but there's no evidence to back that up. They definitely had some kind of beef going on though, and some goons affiliated with Dro made a video at Mazi's gas station claiming that they put hands on him there. Mazi made his own video dissing Dro and said the other guys were capping, and he even went to the station and talked to the workers there about what went down. According to Mazi, Dro set the whole thing up and paid the goons to make the video, but none of them wanted real smoke with Mazi and his crew. Mazi said he was gonna slap Dro up the next time he saw him, but Dro wasn't the only rapper Mazi wanted to put hands on. Back in 2015, Mazi went viral again when he started the hashtag Slap a Rapper Challenge. Mazi kicked it off by allegedly slapping another Atlanta rapper named Johnny Cinco. Then a bunch of famous artists joined in and showed support for the challenge. Mazi got a lot of shine on social
It seemed like he was jacking it.
media after it popped off, but it also sparked a beef with one of his own homies. Around the same time Mazi was going viral, another rapper from Atlanta named Trouble, aka Scoob, was coming up too. They were tight back in the day and linked up in the studio together a few times.
R.I.P. to Trouble. So R.I.P. to Trouble.
But then something went down and sparked some drama between them. After Mazi started the Slap a Rapper Challenge, Trouble posted a video laying in bed with a bunch of cash and said,
"Who slapping who?"
Then Mazi clapped back and called Trouble out by name. Trouble and Mazi's beef was never that serious, but Mazi was getting into a lot of situations that almost killed him.
Damn.
Mazi was a wild dude who loved to rob and finesse
It
people.
seemed like young Mazi did not care, bro. He was moving hot, bro. It seemed like that shit, bro. Damn.
Wouldn't brag about it. He wasn't the type to sneak around and steal behind dudes' backs. Instead, he'd rob them in their face and laugh about it. According to Aunt Glizzy, everyone knew that Mazi was tearing up the city and robbing any rapper he caught lacking. Mazi was making money in the streets and getting a lot of attention for all the wrong reasons, and it didn't take long for everything to catch up to him. One time the ops caught him lacking and shot him in the back of the head. Mazi barely survived the shooting, and it affected him for the rest of his life. When he first woke back up, he couldn't read or write anymore. And sometimes the whole right side of his body would go numb and he drooled out of his mouth. Mazi couldn't even count his own money anymore, and his little brother had to do everything for him. Instead of just accepting the situation though, Mazi went to rehab and worked hard on his recovery. And on the track Amazing Story with Kevin Gates, he rapped, "They left a nigga for days, shot in the back of my head. I see you, no one was on my bed. Fuck the feds, fuck the feds. In the high ride with low, I read, show you how to play. I never talk, I ain't have to say it. I took it, I didn't have a way." Then just 3 months after he survived taking 5 shots, Mazi got hit up again 3 more times. Mazi said he was trying to rob someone and the situation went left, and that's how he got shot again. Going through 2 shootings back to back still didn't make him switch up how he was moving though. And he ended up getting shot a 3rd time in the legs.
Yeah, he should have left his hometown, bro. He should have left Atlanta, bro. There's no reason why he should have been there, bro.
Wheelchair for a while.
After you got shot like that, after the first time you got shot, you should have left, bro.
What's wild about the situation is that Mazi hopped right back on social media to diss the dudes who shot him and make jokes about being tired of getting shot in the legs and told the ops to aim somewhere else.
Public service announcement, motherfuckers. From my legs done had enough. So tell your shooter start aiming for some shit that's gonna kill somebody, man. These niggas aiming for legs, man. My legs are tired of this shit.
The ops got the message, and in 2016, Mazi almost died from getting shot in the chest at a Waffle House. According to one of his homies who was there that night, Mazi was dissing the ops on IG and told him exactly where he was going to be at. Even though Mazi just told some dudes his location, he sat down in the Waffle House facing away from the door, so he couldn't even see if someone was walking up on him. Mazi's homie was outside smoking a cigarette, and that's when he saw a dude coming up from behind Mazi with a gun. Mazi had no idea the shooter was behind him, but everyone who's at the table with him started ducking and running for cover. The dude tried to shoot him point blank in the back of the head, but Mazi moved out of the way and got shot in the chest instead. He was rushed to the hospital and was lucky to survive, but Mazi hopped right on Twitter and said, "God made me bulletproof." Then he went live on IG after he was released from the hospital and acted like it was no big deal that he got shot again. Mazi was always moving recklessly, and a big part of that was the pain he felt from losing his brother and sister. His sister, Bayina, was allegedly killed by a stray bullet back in '98, and Mazi was allegedly the one who found her body when she was just 13 years old. Losing his sister definitely messed with his head, and Mazi posted on social media about wanting
That's trauma, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Losing a sibling is sad, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
great places with her. Mazi also lost his younger brother Mucho, who died in a car accident when he was 19. Mucho and Bayina's deaths were always on his mind, and on Bayina's birthday he posted, "Happy birthday to my sister. I love and miss you, but I'm happy you got Mucho. I need both of you, so I can't wait to die. I swear. R.I.P. Benny. Allah, please stop keeping me here." At the same time Mazi was allegedly crashing out in the streets and going viral for slapping rappers, his own career was taking off too. He linked up with Kevin Gates and allegedly signed to him, and Mazi was working with some of the biggest artists in Atlanta. He had the skills and momentum to take it far in the industry, but in 2017, he got caught up in a shooting that he tragically didn't survive. In August 2017, Mazi was living life as usual, posting all about it on Instagram. He showed himself dropping racks at the mall, taking his daughter to school, and other regular stuff. At one point during the day, he stopped at a gas station with his homie, and Mazi told someone in the shop not to walk up on them if he can't see their hands.
Nobody, when you walk up on me, put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air when you walk up on me. I swear to God. Bow, bow, bow.
Mazi left the store and ended the live, and that's the last time his fans ever heard from him. Later that night, Mazi went to a local pizza place to pick up his food. The shop is only 200 feet away from a police station, but that didn't stop the ops from running down on him. When Mazi was walking back to his whip, someone came up and started letting off shots. He had already survived over 10 bullets before, but this time, Mazi didn't make it out and he was pronounced dead at the scene. Nobody was ever booked for his murder, but there's tons of rumors about what went down that night. At the time he died, Mazi was beefing with a rapper named lled, and people immediately started calling him out on Twitter for being involved. lled made it clear he wasn't cool with Mazi and didn't feel bad about him dying, but he still denied having anything to do with his death. Fans also pointed the finger at Mazi's homie C-Money21, who was the last person with him on IG Live. There was no proof that C-Money had anything to do with it either, but he hopped on social media to clear his name. Mazi's fans weren't the only ones who thought his death was a setup though. After Mazi died, his ex Cashapp claimed that some of Mazi's homies admitted to her that it was an inside job. Unfortunately, it looks like his murder will never be solved though. There's been plenty of rumors about who pulled the trigger on him, but the truth is that Mazi had beef all over Atlanta, and there were a lot of people who wanted him gone. And in an interview before he died, Mazi said,
"Got so much money on my head, but I kill myself. You get my kids to bread."
Okay, that's what's vid. Feel me? But yeah, bro. Let me know what y'all think about Young Mazi. R.I.P. to Young Mazi. You feel me? And speaking of Young Mazi, I heard one song of Young Mazi. I forgot the name of the song, but I heard one song of Young Mazi, and that song was fire though. I can't think of the name of the song, but that song was a valid song though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Young Mazi had potential, bro. This is another rapper, bro. That let his pride get to him, bro. You feel me? Y'all get what I'm trying to say? Let his ego, he let his pride get to him. You feel me? He was from Atlanta and all that shit. So, this is why I say, bro. Once you get money, once you get notice and all that shit, leave your city, bro. There's no reason for you to stay there, bro. Leave your city and never come back, bro. You feel me? So yeah, bro. Rest in peace to Young Mazi. So yeah, bro. Make sure y'all comment, subscribe. Y'all know the vibe. WavyOcho, check it out. You are.